Hi there, Tracy Gray here. Today I'd like to show you another set of exercises that I like to do with my clients on hands and knees. And this is working more at building strength through the front of the abdomen in preparation for our chaturangas or our kneeling push-up position. So if you come onto hands and knees, but this time take those hands a little bit further forward. So they're a bit further forward of the shoulders when the knees are directly above the hips. You're going to start with the Vidyalasana or cat-cow, breathing in into that happy cat. Exhale, angry cat. Breathe in, happy cat. Exhale, angry cat. And as you do the angry cat, push your sit bones forward. Breathe in, take the tail back. Exhale, curl the tail down. Push sit bones forward. So keep lifting heart away from the floor. Breathe in, lift the tail. Exhale, push sit bones forward. And you'll notice that when I come forward into this position, that it's pretty much flat through the front of my hips, almost flat. Now, for most people, that's quite difficult to do because that requires quite a firm engagement here through the rectus abdominis, through the front of the abdomen. This is the position that we're after. And I find that if I do the lifting of the tail and taking them back, then they come forward. I want to lift too early. So sometimes to get them to start to work into this, I just keep them in this angry cat position, coming forward, breathe out, breathe in as you come back, breathe out, forward, and breathe in. So we're just getting them used to taking a bit more weight through the hands, and that may already be enough for those shoulders. Of course, if they can get this nice ripple going, then that's a really good one to do as well to help free the spine up. But eventually, we want to get them to come forward into this position that I call my high plank position. So I'm pressing into the hands, lifting the heart away from the floor. I'm curling the tail down, pushing the sit bones forward. And then from here, as you grip with the fingers, feel like you're squeezing the heels of the hands in. Bend the elbows a little. And when you bend the elbows, you'll notice the elbows will want to tuck in towards the ribs. So you come down just a little and breathe in, come on up. Again, for most people, this is quite challenging already. So the action that I'm doing with my hands is like I'm trying to do that with the hands on the mat, but of course they don't move. It's just that engagement, that sensation. And you notice when I do that with my hands in the air, my elbows come closer together. And that stops people doing push-up with the elbows going out to the side. So again, sometimes it's just getting my clients to bend their elbows a little. That's already extremely strong for them to do, just to take the elbows off lock, because they'll tend to want to just lock in, and that's a lot less effort than bending the elbows, because that works the triceps quite considerably. Otherwise, you might be able to come down. Try doing it yourself, doing it really, really slowly. Extend forward through the crown of the head. Don't lower down any further than about elbow height at this stage, so that's already quite low. Make sure that when you bend the elbows and you lower down, you're actually coming forward with the crown of the head. So rather than bending the elbows, if you keep the shoulders above the hands, you'll notice that I've just pivoted at my hips rather than pivoting at the knees. So we move as one whole unit from the knees to the shoulders as we do that. So that's a really good way if you're looking at starting to build up that shoulder strength and build up the tricep strength. And you'll notice that through that, even though I was bending the elbows and doing push-ups, it was still quite comfortable to talk. If you do try doing a push-up and sucking the navel to the spine, that I've heard a lot in the past, what you do then is you inhibit your diaphragm and you cannot breathe comfortably. It might feel like you're working really hard when you do that, but instead you're actually just stressing out your body and you're hyping up your sympathetic nervous system, your stress response. So if you can keep that rectus abdominis engaged, there's plenty of room in your belly for the diaphragm to move freely, and that way you can hold this plank position and even this full plank and even this position that I know some people do as well, And you can continue to talk quite comfortably in this position without really getting out of breath. So I don't know, I've never actually tried to see how long I can stay there. I'm sure my shoulders will give up eventually, but as you can see, the breath is still quite easy to talk with. So there you go, give it a go. Of course, if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments. Happy practicing.